conversation. Well, the more Donald Trump's business empire continues to suffer as a result of his comments on the more his political future seems to brighten. Celebrity showrunner Jose Andres announced today.
When I bought the strings to make this thing, using the piezo tape that I got from experimental musical instruments, and it's Pinnipec or something like that. Real nice people as far as my dealings with them online. I got the 50-inch strings when I bought them for a real big bass. And I just kind of went with it. I got the thing so you can turn it upside down and play it that way. I got feet on it and everything. I'll show it to you later. I'm gonna have to learn how to solder. The guy had solder and doesn't like doing it. Anyway, I wish I could pull it together the way I had it together when I was talking to Mike Williams, who is the head of department pre-Sage, which I got to look up exactly what that means. But he's the head of department that engineers natural gas from swine waste and chicken waste. There's all the natural gas we need. Or should even bother trying to get, because it's renewable, and there's a lot of hog waste, in North Carolina. It helps clean up the problems, provides steady work over a long period of time. All my roads tend to lead back to North Carolina State University. I have an economist over there, hopefully vetting the Insuro dollar. Apparently they must not have found anything wrong with it, because they haven't written me back. I picked up a lot of Greek followers in my last few days after I tried through Twitter to get through to the Greeks and make the recommendations concerning the currency. Currency might well be good to pick up, be picked up by the Netherlands that are well positioned to use it. The Netherlands, the people of the Netherlands have some of the similar issues employment-wise, but at least as a tourist destination, old hippies and every other sort of well-heeled person wants to go to Amsterdam and have a good time. It's and I don't know, the Dutch are not particularly hedonistic, but they do have a live and let live attitude. As far as things here, I have asked Greg Meyer to ask Mike Williams and have the university in its position of duty to the people of North Carolina give evidence to the legislature about the options for energy. Certainly, I believe we could get all the electricity we ever needed out of the ocean, where water weighs 8 pounds a gallon. The Romans knew how to use that. Even Romans did have a civilization. They did know how to use even the tides to operate grinding mills, grind the bread, grind up the wheat. Those people in these universities kind of owe the people in North Carolina at least to give testimony, in my way of thinking, to the legislature, so that if they do go on reducing support for renewables and not encouraging renewables, it'll be on the legislature ignoring the facts. 2 ways to destroy your nation or your state, and they're to destroy your water and cut down all your trees. Fracking destroys your water, even if you don't think it's your water. North Carolina is dependent on aquifers. It doesn't have any particularly powerful rivers. Eno is nearly a trickle. It's amazing what it is called on to do as far as supplying a lot of the water for at least Hillsborough, surrounding county. I also wrote a letter to the CFO of the university talking about the airport, our only local community airport there in town. FMY is a good example of a small airport that gets along well with its neighbors, having definite hours. I got FMY, I had a girlfriend over there. That's when I was doing all my solo. I won my flight through training through solo by recovering stolen property. I'd been reading a lot of detective books, and I took them to heart. Thieves and criminals, criminals, and detectives have to seize the moment. I'm not going to tell you that story right now. You could read it in my book, Poor Buzz, and Stories from Warnings for My Daughter. That's my equivalent of a politician's book. I thought I was making friends with a guy who told him I was going to try and run for U.S. Senate, where I would try and advance support for engineering, because if you want to have your nation, country, army succeed, you depend a lot and listen to your engineers. And I talked about how in this day and age, we were reinsurers for the AIG, which was insuring crap, credit default swaps, derivatives. American people need to take that job seriously and ask a lot of questions about what is being insured, because once it's insured, it's thought of as a safe product to buy or sell. I really do need Valerie Fouché and Berla Insco and Greg Meyer to request the Chancellor of the University of North Carolina at North Carolina State University. I need Woodson to go in there at request. The only way he's going to show up and give evidence about the energy options that the university has. North Carolina State, NC State University, where the engineers are competing and becoming competitive with MIT. We got a lot to be proud of, and there is no reason really. It's port failures that keep people poor on one hand, and then it's pseudo aristocrats and blockheads. This bond thing, that just helps make, how many working people got bonds? That ought to be just coming out of taxes. Bonds make rich people rich. They don't pay taxes that way. They just lend the government money. It's a hoodwink, boondoggle. We got all the systems in place basically for our ports. So a lot of resistance down at the coast to change. They don't like Yankees anymore. And they did during the Civil War, seems like. Too good for an invasion like that, business. You know, Lee went up there to invaded the North. He just failed. There's no reason for us to fail. So that's my Intendor radio show today. Thank you very much. And if Greg or Burla or Valerie would step up and get North Carolina State University to give testimony to the legislature, at least we'll know that it was the legislature that wrecked this country or wrecked this state. Thank you very much.